Hi YouTube, it's your girl. So I decided that I really wanted to make a video. More videos often now that I officially graduated. Let's fucking get it. Honestly, long awaited, especially since I transferred to another university. No. I'm so glad I got my bachelor's. I'm still looking for grad school, but definitely, yeah, very happy I got my bachelor's for sure. So I figured since, I guess, okay, I figured since I recently got my degree in English literature with my minor in creative writing, as I've talked about before, I really wanted to kind of talk about like the lessons that I've learned from like just taking English literature, because like booktube, it has became so goddamn big, and I feel like I have so many stories to talk about with that, because genuinely it's a debate between like when you're actually like watching people like talk about books and all this stuff, it's, which by the way is such a nice community, like in comparison to when you're actually studying English literature. Okay, like there's some tea. So first of all, I just want to put this out there. Just because I got my degree, I do not want to say that I'm better than anyone that are like, you know, they're booktubers and they just want to talk about books and they didn't get their degree. I am not, I know how I'm wording it right now, but I promise, like, I am not trying to say that I am better than anyone else. The first thing that I've learned from taking this major, okay, first of all, this was not my first choice. I originally was a graphic design major, which I talk about all the time, but it's true. I was a graphic design major. Because I was really into it when I was in high school. If you see my Instagram, like, I make these photo edits that I do like since fucking like 2017, 2018. So I fell in love with that. Like, I loved it. I didn't want to take pictures of other people. It was always me. Like, I was very specific because I'm fucking autistic or what. I'm not actually, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, I really got into it and I was like, I'm gonna study this. But genuinely, like, I'm not, like, I'm an artsy person, but there's a difference when you're studying it versus like just doing it as a hobby. And yeah, English is like that for me too, like writing and reading, yes, but graphic design, like, I took one, you know, graphic design course and it was just for the history of it. I thought it was gonna be a difficult class. It fucking wasn't. It was a fucking easy class, like, genuinely. And that, to me, I was like, I don't want to take, like, I cannot continue doing this, which, by the way, I only had 6 more classes left to take it at my community college. So, you know what I mean? But I didn't care. I was just kind of like, I really like literature a lot, though. And yeah, I'm not gonna get into how I discovered why I wanted to take the major, because I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of tea. But what I will say is that how it started for me was that I was suggested from people in my circle, including a professor, based off of my communication skills, based off of like, you know, me trying to, like, I guess, process what I'm reading and being able to discuss it. I was literally told, no, Dal, you actually shouldn't be taking this fucking major because it's a little bit upsetting.
I'm pretty upset.
And I'll never forget that. Like, I think, you know, everyone has their own way of like processing a novel, and it's like, especially with this day and age, it's like, you know, for us to just pick up a book and talk about it, we're already doing a lot. It's already enough, you know what I mean? Like, especially back then, like, no one was fucking reading. Like, this was like 2022, okay? BookTok just came out. BookTok literally just became a like a thing. But like, you know what I mean? Like, no one was fucking reading back then. Literally, The Queen's Gambit came out, I think, a year prior, and like everyone was like, yeah, chess. Oh my god, chess. Oh my god, it's a trend now. And then they stopped. So books was like kind of that thing too. Oh my god, A Little Life stopped. Like, literally was never brought up again until like maybe another year after. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, the trends were just becoming fads and then it just died down. So for us to just have like, so anyways, I'm like trying to be vague and I'm also talking about the issue at the same time, but let's just say I joined a club, I was in it for a really long time, I was on the board for it, and yeah, so this was like the circle of people that I met, and they were the ones like literally I was a graphic design major while being in this club, and they were still like, no doubt you should not be, and this is why, and it was just this X amount of BS that they were telling me. But this is like my college advice for people too. It's kind of like, do not fucking listen to these people. Do not listen to anyone except for you. So for me, thank God, I came into that realization and I was like, no, because I know myself. I know I can improve. Maybe I'm not perfect, but I know I'm gonna get better. And guess what? I did. So I know I sound a little bit upset, but again, if you're in my position, I feel like you would understand. Like, who is just telling somebody that they should not change a major? You know, it's not out of like, oh, it's because you're so close to graduating. It was more of like, no doubt, it's because you're dumb. You do. Basically, and I don't fuck with that. You know what I mean? But again, I remember just like, I switched it, great time, and I fell in love with literature. I really did. I could talk about all the books that I've had, but I think this is like lesson number one. Like, don't take a major because you're hearing it from other people. Like, do it because you want to. And this is like the commitment with English literature. And it also transitions into my second lesson of the people that you are most likely, I don't know other schools, but I think for my area was definitely like, it's been multiple schools now where I was definitely having this like half and half of people, and it was very specifically English majors that were like this. And again, I'm very fucking insecure to other people. Oh my god, so fine, right? But really I'm not. You know, how do I say this? My friends used to call me Maddie from like Euphoria. Like, I do kind of act like her a little bit if I feel like it's necessary, and that's who I am. So be it. Right? But here's the thing. It was a very observant, like, very interesting situation of getting to see the type of people that you are going to be with. And I would say it is kind of a good thing, because you're going to meet two different types of people, maybe more, right? You're going to meet the people that stick to themselves, they're introverts, they read all the time, but this is the truth, they are scared. They are scared to actually experience real life, like, situations, okay? These are the people that you see them reading, and they will genuinely never take an actual risk in their lives. Okay, now those people are also elitists. Period! They are also elitists. So that means they are probably gonna put you down. Like, oh my god, you read The Secret History? Yeah, no, I read Wilkie Collins. Oh my god, you think Frankenstein is about the monster? Well, let me tell you why you're wrong. They're giving you fucking paragraphs upon paragraphs verbally why you're wrong, even though it's your opinion.
I think you're fat.
Yeah,
it's just my opinion. I'm not bullying you. I'm just giving you I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.
You know, it's like that form of elitism that is like very toxic pretentiousness. And it's like, girl, we get it. You read The Secret History once. Anyways, it's definitely something you learn, and professors are a little bit hypocritical. Like, they're not really gonna call that out, because you can tell that they're like, can I really say something? Because when I was their age, I was the same thing. No. That's the one type of people you'll meet. The second, you're gonna meet people that do the same amount of things, same amount of reading, sometimes a little less. You never really know, but either way, it's the same thing. They do the reading. They do it a little differently. They probably are in that mindset of work smarter, not harder. Yet, they are the opposite. They take the risks all the time. Because they are not the type of people to be scared. It's the way that they are processing the knowledge of reading that they actually do take it seriously in their lives. For example, reading Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. That's the level of stoicism that people either just process it and then they're fucking terrified, having an existential crisis, but then they're acting like assholes about it. Or they actually do take it very realistically and they actually put it into their daily lives. You know what I mean? Now, where was I in this category? Probably a little bit of both. I think I started out being in this elitist type of energy, and then I did kind of branch out into the other side, aka the dark side. Anyways, I'm kidding. So yeah, it's definitely like you're gonna meet those people, and I think my lesson to you at the end of the day is like, do your own thing. Literally do your own thing. Like, do not listen to the elitists that are putting you down for your opinion. And don't be afraid to say, dude, this is my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? And
Girl.
the way I've had, like, arguments in class over the years is just crazy. Like, why am I arguing with you over something that I'm like, oh, I like this reading and it's good. And the person's like, well, you're actually wrong. It's actually a bad reading and this is why. It's like, whoa, that's insane. Professor, where are you at? And she's fucking sleeping. Like, college is actually insane, man. College is actually, like, even in my head, I'm like, I feel like I'm in high school. Like, this is crazy, man. So third lesson, you do not need to read 1,000 books. You don't. And if there is a professor that is telling you otherwise, do not listen to them. Unless you are taking, like, a high honors sort of thing where it's requested. Otherwise, you do not need to read X amount of books in order to be either smart or educated. You know, knowledge is power. But over time, it's just like, you can read 25 books a year. That's fine, dude. You're fine. You know, like, what you're doing, if you want to go down this path for an education, it's like you are actually doing higher than the above average of an adult that wants to read. Because right now, maybe I can find, like, the article somewhere, but, like, right now, the average adult, you know, have the comprehension of, like, I think it was like a 4th grader or a 5th grader for, like, a reading level. That's really low. That's really low. You know, that means they can't spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So, like, that's just a lot. But so my thing is kind of like, you know, just do what you can. Do what you can. Like, obviously, I'm not talking about class. I'm also talking about, like, outside of class. Do the readings. Do the readings. I promise you, do the readings. Even if you're skimming, highlighting the important things that you know the professor's going to talk about in class the next day, do it. You know what I mean? Do it. But outside of class, if you think to yourself, well, I want to balance the readings versus what I want to read outside of class, do not think you have to read so many books. You know, especially if you can find a book that you can, like, really think deeply about afterwards, you're fine. Like, and I think that's, like, something that, like, isn't talked about in the English community. It's just very, like, no, you have to read 1,000 books.
No, wait.
And if you do, you're the shit. And it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You claim you read 1,000 books, but you can't even spell photography. So what's going on here? But it's like, just let people vibe. What is up with this fucking toxicity? It's fucking BS, you know? And I don't know. I guess for me, it's just like, that's my biggest lesson. You don't need to read that many books. If you want to, you can. But don't feel like you need to be pressured to. Like, what? Oh my god, okay. And yeah, I would say the last lesson is expand what you want to do after your degree. Because believe it or not, you don't have to be a teacher just from having your degree. You can be so many more things. I literally started off being an with my degree. I am now a writer, but then again, it's like, you don't have to be a teacher. I know as hell I don't want to be a teacher for little kids, because I worked at a camp, and you know, it's like I've had my time with, you know, Gen Z. I already went to college. I dealt with the little kids.
My God, JoJo!
So yes, yeah, and I would say, like, if you can find a career that, like, you're really into, do it. Because you don't need to just be a teacher, and that's a cliche with the English community. Taking English literature. You don't need to do that much. Okay. But yeah, that is the end of my video. 4 tips. I don't know if I should do a rundown again. But yeah, like, those 4 things I'm telling you, like, that is basically what I learned of English literature. And honestly, this was the biggest degree that I've ever could have taken, and I'm so grateful that I did. And it's not even just in a, like, a despite what the people told me to do. It's more than just that. Like, genuinely, like, taking this course has truly just, like, changed me so much, and I'm really happy. Like, I feel like the way I've processed books has actually been a lot better for me. Was I sleep deprived the whole time doing it? Yes, I was. But I know myself, like, when I have sleep, when I'm able to take care of myself, all this stuff, and I know I'm better than, like, what people were perceiving me as in the department. And in fact, I was definitely, like, one of those people that everyone was like, oh, she doesn't deserve her degree. And it's like, everyone deserves their degree. It's literally in the Constitution. We all bear the right for an education.
That's how it goes. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Obviously, you guys know the whole YouTuber shebang. Like and subscribe. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.